Nanowrimo, day 15. So I'm going to call this video, Off the Rails. I had done everything Sarah Cannon at Art Breathing said. I had cards, I had so much planning ready, and here's what's happened. Not only did my story go into rabbit holes, I'm calling it rabbit hole crazy. Um, I had that and I needed to do a hard reset. And I did that yesterday, where I'd gone so far from the path of my original story. And my story is based on fact and fiction. And so I really wanted to do a hard reset, but I was starting to go back and trying to figure out how I'm going to loop it all together. And I decided I just put a bunch of X's and said hard reset here. And I went back to my plotting. So that was really helpful for me because I felt as more and more, further and further I got off of the path, I got distracted more and went, oh, then this doesn't work with this. I mean, there's a reason for plotting. It all comes together if you plot it correctly. Um, so that was from a writing plot perspective. Additionally, I am writing this based on my experience, loosely based on fact, of a past hobby that I was in. And that hobby group caught on fire because really the last chapter or chapters of the book is being written right now. It hit national press today, it'll hit international press tomorrow. And I got kind of scooped up in going back into YouTube land and all of that. And I really needed to take a step back because it got quite negative quite quickly. And actually, I know it's going to be getting quite negative today. Lawsuit threats started, etc., between what's happening in the community. And I was one that was kind of at the forefront, and I've decided I need to step away before that happens. I knew it was going to happen, and so that's why I decided, okay, stop. I need to watch, still be a part, but watch from the sidelines. I took an entire day to just do kind of a goodbye video. And it's genuine. It's not because of the book. I just need to step away. This has been so therapeutic, the writing portion of going back to some of the major situations that I had happen. And it's so exciting to share my journey. I don't know what this is going to look like at the end, but huge, huge distractions. I literally spent 8 hours on a PowerPoint I didn't even know was going to be happening. Um, so I am skipping around in sequences because I want to capture some of the emotions that are happening now that maybe 2 years ago, that's where I am in the book, or maybe a year and a half ago. I am past, this discovery. There's a death of a major character in the book, or the main character in the book. I'm kind of past that portion, but I'm not where I was today. But I'm trying to jump around. I wish I would have spent a little bit more time in the correct softwares because I'm using Word. So I'm just going to try to highlight with chapters. I'm just trying to get words to paper. I don't think they're bad words, but I think there's going to be a lot of editing needed. Next, my personal life is crazy as usual. I am going to leave it at that. Those of you that think that I stepped away from this hobby group that this book is based on because Mike has had a relative pass. My life is chaotic, which is my in-laws are now a part of our life. There's nothing further from the truth. And so I won't say I'm offended because some people wrote some really nice notes to me saying if it is true that Mike's parents, either one has passed, please send my condolences. No, sometimes you just really get passionate about a project. I'm sure, I mean, of course it's going to happen one day, but I told Mike I hope it doesn't hurt him that people are inventing drama just to, try to create their narrative. My narrative is being created on paper. Of course, he's not. Much like Sarah's George, I have a Mike. You guys know him. You guys love him. I'm a little more controversial, which is fine. The Bally's Poker Room is open. I have not been able to make it down. Mike has because I've been wanting to focus on writing. That tells you how important this writing is to me. I'm excited about it. I did up on the Heart Breathings Facebook. The one thing that I'm struggling with, if you have any question related to writing, you put it up there and you will get so many responses. Plotting, pantser, how do you schedule your time? What do you eat? How do you, it's so phenomenal. But the one thing that I have been missing the most, absolutely, is how do I build my personal network? This past hobby group of mine, when I did decide to step away, there was probably 5, 10 people that I've been close to for years and years, including my husband, that I was able to ask questions of and really be a soundboard. I have none of that in this writing community. I don't have anybody close to that. I have a ton of people at a distance that I'm trying to get good information from, but building a personal network is probably the toughest. I'm going to try to hit some Las Vegas write-ins, but if you have any suggestions, put it in the text box below or the comment section below. We even have some in my group. It's called The Chase, for those of you that don't know. The Chase group has a ton of, or at least a few writers writing books right now. None of them want to come to the forefront because, I mean, if the writing group thinks they have hate, they have no hate in relation to the level of hate and crazy that is in The Chase. And so a lot of people don't, they're a little hesitant in creating those networks and friendships. And I'm just trying to find more accountability partners and people that I can connect with. So any suggestions, please let me know. So let's get to where we're at. Week 1, I totally rocked it. I was so excited. 25,000 plus words. And I was doing daily updates, etc. Week 2, I mean, I got a good almost 3,500 words in. It was okay. I made progress. So like Sarah says, don't beat yourself up. And then week 3 is what we have just started into, and I'm starting to make more headway. I think week 4, I'll probably rock the goal. I do have to say this book is going to be longer than expected. I am not quite through Act 2B right now, and I think that's going to take me through at least 45,000 words would be my guess. And now this new chapter that we could not have anticipated is now, I think it'll put me probably at 60 or 70,000 words. We'll see. I'm just going to keep writing. I have not attended one sprint, virtual or otherwise. I've been doing it kind of all on my own. I'm excited about it. I'm not negative about it, but I don't know. Rewards have changed. There's a huge writing conference this week in Vegas. It's called like Vegas Book 20. I just couldn't afford it. So I didn't go. I think I'm going to regret that later, and I don't have the time. And so I don't know. I'm struggling. I'm getting there. I'm excited. I don't know. I don't know what else to say except day 15, halfway there. 35,000 words. I should be at about 25,000 words. And I'm just going to keep going. Today I had a couple of blips and hits, and I'm not tracking my data down to the minute like I did the first 2 weeks. Nanowrimo isn't great for me because I write all night long, and by the time I go to upload it, it records it for the next day. And so it screwed up my stats. I had an Excel spreadsheet. I thought, oh, I'm going to be more clever than it. And life just got in the way. Kpro's up to now only having one bone that is broken left. Mom and Papa Calazars has had some developments. They are not back home. They're not going to be back home for a little bit. We thought we'd have them back home by now. We are going to be doing a huge Thanksgiving for our family. I'm excited, but I want to get so much done before then. I had a work crisis and had to reallocate a bunch of hours to respond to a report I needed to do there. It's just been every turn. It's called life. Welcome to it. One of my other kiddos had some issues. I mean, it's just, you take one day at a time, but this is how you work through it. So I want to say thank you to everyone that is helping me along my journey, but what the heck has happened, or the train is off the rails, whatever the right term is where I'm at right now, but I'm going to keep going and I'm excited and I'm going to get back to poker. I will be at poker this week. There's no doubt about it. And I am going to keep up on everything in life. But again, I expected my life to be a little bit more consistent, and I guess it's not. Um, I've had some personal huge issues that I'm not going to talk about, but that have kind of rocked my world. And I just want to thank Mike for helping me through them. And I'm hoping I put them in the past, but I haven't been able to right now. And so I'm just going to keep going. And my book has every one of those emotions. So the emotion that I wake up to, that's where I'm kind of going out of sequence, is where I'm starting. So again, I'm rambling. Thank you. Day 15. I just wanted to give an update. How did we get here? But we're here. Thanks, guys.